Look, say they love you, but they hate you. When you make it, claim they made you. Claim the money.
It's that time, you know what I mean? We are here. And in case you guys didn't know, this the motherfucking No Invite Podcast Relaunch. We're back, you know what I mean? We're on a little break. I don't want to get too much into details on who, what, when, and where. But we are now on a new platform. My name is Blaze. Y'all already know. You guys don't got to ask, because if you really follow and you've been doing what you're doing with us, then you know who I am. For anybody that's new, man, you guys, thank you very much for checking out our shit. Make sure that you guys subscribe. We're on a brand new platform. Brand new. No more motherfucking slideshow. Shout out to Slide, though. It's all love. We just had to part ways and do what we do. So you can go still to the noinvite.theslideshow.com and you can catch up on all the archives, all the past podcasts and shit like that. But from now on, you'll be able to find us on RiBirth Filmz with a Z Media on YouTube. And No Invite Podcast on SoundCloud. That's going to be our little home for a minute, you know what I mean? And we're going to take it from there. Website coming soon. Just wanted to get that out the way because this is the motherfucking relaunch, and I feel like we should have been said that shit. Don't mind me, I'm high. I don't know what she's talking about. Patty should just say it. Say what the fuck you was asking for, because I didn't know what the fuck you was talking about.
She getting us too lit before we start.
I know. See, you're fucking me up already. And, you know, I told myself that. I said, you know what, I'm not going to smoke before these shows no more, because I'll be fucking up.
I asked you that. Should I not fucking offer this shit? Am I fucking up the rotation, the project?
You asking me if you should not smoke with me, though.
What did you say?
You asking me if you should smoke with me or not. Of course you know I'm going to say yeah.
On this motherfucking podcast, all right? I'm just trying to be motherfucking engineer.
Shut up, Patty.
I can ask a question, Diz.
I could already tell that the audience is not going to like you.
I don't give a fuck what you think. Woo! They gonna love you.
And that's why I like Patty, because she don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. So, you know, anyways, yeah, it's a No Invite. You know, if I start, you know, losing it, you know, start trailing off, it's because I'm high as shit now. I'm not going to blame nobody but myself. Okay, so now that we got that out the motherfucking way, here you go, Patty. I'm passing the weed around, so excuse me.
So let me just introduce myself.
I mean, I was going to do that, but go ahead.
We was getting there.
Go ahead.
So what's going on, everybody? This is Steph. I'm the new co-host of the No Invite Podcast. Shout out to Blaze for putting me on. Thank you very much. So towards the end of these podcasts, we're gonna have a little advice segment with me. So in the future, if you guys have any questions or topics in regards to relationships and what have you, you know, shoot those questions in. We're gonna get them answered. Our
resident advice giver, you know, Steph be mobbing. Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming on the show. You know, I appreciate you actually having the drive and dedication to want to come do this shit. I know it's not easy, but I feel like I've always felt like with the podcasting shit is like if you got two people that are really dope conversationalists, and you know how we're coming from, we from, you know what I'm saying, that mouthpiece, that motherfucking talk, that shit goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Besides other things, that's like a tool to your arsenal. That's something that we were like raised on.
Pretty much.
So whenever I presented the idea and you was with it, because I knew, I was like, yo, she'll be dope on a podcast. You know, we done talked about some shit before.
Yeah, we've had some pretty in-depth conversations, and it got pretty intense a few times. We were like, damn, maybe we should talk about this online.
Yeah, because I be arguing. Patty knows.
Oh yeah, Patty's on the same hype as us.
Yeah, Patty be arguing with a motherfucker. She'll make an argument just because she needs fucking 15-minute time to kill and shit. She's like, I ain't got shit going on right now. Let me argue with this nigga for a minute. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I like that. See, me, I like being around people, and especially when I do work, I want people that can work as a team, but also has your own mindset. So where like you could bring something to the table that I may not see. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And because we all need perspective. I mean, I've listened to podcasts where people is just them talking the whole time, and I could do that too. But to me, I like perspective. So I like contrast. Excuse me. So I always want somebody else that's gonna be there, whether they agree with me sometimes or never agree with me at all. At least they're real and they bring something genuine to the mic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Even if you don't agree with it, even if you listen to it, you might catch on to something that you didn't even know before, and you're gonna take that with you, regardless if you agree or disagree. You're gonna learn something if you got an open mind.
And I think the most important thing about this shit people don't realize is this shit builds tolerance.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you could get on there and just like how they have debate club and all this other shit in school, it's the same thing. If you could get up there, you know, articulate your point of view, and then at the same time listen to somebody else's point of view, which you might not care for or agree with, and be able to still communicate that, you might learn something, they might learn something. You know what I mean? So like you said, So
You know what?
yeah.
Well, you know what? That's actually funny. So look, when I worked in a restaurant, these two older white women came in, right? This is like when the whole Trump thing.
I like older white women.
But this is in like Marin County, so they're like rich old white women.
Even better. What you mean?
I know. So check. So
well,
you
to
don't talk about politics and religion in public. So I'm at work, like I'm serving them, right? So then the older women, they were like, because I had mentioned
looking like the purge and shit.
No, because I had mentioned what my background is. Like, oh, what are you? I'm like, oh, I'm Slovenian, so it's like Eastern European.
They're like, you're one of us.
No, and then oh, you know who else? You know who else is Slovenian? Melania. And then I was like, pause. I'm like, please, I don't want to be associated or affiliated with her. So then the whole Trump thing came up. Well, she's so smart. She speaks all these languages, and I'm like, yeah, well, if she's so smart, why was she wearing?
What's she doing with that dickhead?
No, I was like, why is she wearing? Remember when Louisiana had the flood? I was like, why if she's so smart, why is she wearing high heels to a flood zone? And they was like, with this dumbfounded look on their face. So the next time they came in, I'm thinking, oh, they don't like me. They're never gonna want to see me again. The next time they come in, oh, where's Stephanie? Can we have her, please? Oh my God, da, 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 da. And it's just like, even though they didn't like what I had to say, like they took it how we had just said earlier. They still had an open mind even though they didn't agree, and then they just respected like the honesty of it. You know what I mean? I
think like, look, I'm gonna keep it real with you like this. Look, there's a lot of Trump supporters now. Like before, they were all bundled up into one. They all hate
like
this.
underground.
But they all agree. They're all racist. They all agree with it.
For the most part, I wouldn't say everybody, but it's
not. That's my point. Yeah. They were bundled all up before into one category. Now I realize that there's people that did vote for Trump, but they voted for their economic well-being. You know what I'm saying? What they thought.
Yeah.
So look, whether or not it's working out or not, that's debatable, of course, though. But there's also a fact, and we all know what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if anybody want to find out facts, they could look up for themselves. So, but so. They're all for that, right?
But see, here's the thing. They think because of like the business aspect of it, oh, he's such a great businessman. He's done so well for himself. Oh, he would be great to fix this in our, in our economy, in our country. But little do they know that motherfucker's a dirty snake. And it's like, you're either going to make it to the top if you're, if you do it righteously or if you snake your way to the top. You know what I mean? He's a snake.
I think he's just a master manipulator, to be honest with you.
How do you think he wiggled his way to the top? He a straight asshole. Don't give a fuck about nothing.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. He's a master manipulator, bro, too. Like, I mean, there's so much shit. We could get into it.
We
could go on and on about this shit.
About Trump, right,
I didn't want to turn it into that because it's
but anyways, his supporters in a group.
Well, yeah, no, what I'm saying is his supporters are in different groups, you know what I'm saying? And some of them voted for their own economic interests, and they don't really agree with it now, like, to what happened, because I didn't vote at all, to be real. I keep 1,000. I said, fuck all that. I didn't want neither one of those motherfuckers.
I didn't want neither one of them to win either. But on paper, Hillary looks better.
Yeah, of course, on paper. But that should be lying like a motherfucker.
Well, I mean, she does have more political, experience in that aspect. I mean, now you got this fool, jeopardizing our ties with our foreign allies and shit. And
but you know what though? At the same time, like I said, he's a master manipulator. I feel like it's all show. So even with the supporters and the stuff like that I got right now, they manipulate what they want to see. Obviously, we all know the way we see things. Some shit that we'll talk about later. That's that documentary I was telling you about. We're gonna touch on that later. But
right.
We got so much shit going on, y'all. It's the Knowing By podcast. Is definitely gonna be some different shit. It's gonna be new perspective. Like I got Steph. You can see she got her own mind. She got her own thoughts and her opinions, and I do too. And we trying to bring them to y'all and give y'all something to listen to. Talk that shit along the way, like we always do. Because I don't take myself too seriously when it comes to this shit. Like to me, this is like. This is something that I fell into, but I like. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I feel the same.
So I'm just trying to be me because I feel like me. It's all I could be. You feel me? This is what happens when you give me weed before the podcast. I expect y'all to understand what I'm saying, and sometimes I don't even understand.
Barely. Sometimes.
Barely. Okay, so yeah. The new platform, Steph, you know what I mean? You done? I'm done too. We got producer Patty in the building. She's always rocking with us, been rocking with us since the inception, right? That's also my walking dictionary that when I clear words to make sure that if I'm saying the right thing. But Patty's on her shit. She's producer Patty. She's gonna be on there. You might hear her yell at me a couple times because that's what she does in real life. So, I mean,
But she gonna get the job done.
She gonna get the job done,
right, girl.
no matter what. This
right.
This Patty for real. So we gassing her up right now. She's telling us to. How you gonna shush us during the podcast when we're recording? That's like the anti thing we supposed to do right now. We supposed to be talking and shit. She just don't like it when we gas her up, y'all. That's all it is. You know, she's like, like I'm the type of person. I'm kind of the same way though. Like I can't take a compliment well.
Why?
It's like awkward for me.
I can't take a compliment. That's what that
No, I'm saying for me though. I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying we all have our little different. We all have our little different, quirks and whatnot.
Okay, well, I've learned this. Even if before, like, I was uncomfortable with taking a compliment, I think it's your interpretation of the compliment. You get what I'm saying? Say like a gentleman walks past me and says, "Oh, like, beautiful."
What up, baby?
Or no, just, like, "Oh, you're so pretty," or I like your outfit or whatever. But then if it's like some dude from the corner with who's just fucking rude.
That's very stereotypical. Cause
no,
look,
I know, but I'm just saying. But it's how you take the compliment.
But what if a dude in a snazzy suit jumping out the limo and he's like, "What's up, baby? What up with them cakes?" And then the guy in the corner's like, "How you doing, ma'am, today?" You know what I'm saying? You never know that.
It's all your interpretation. Because think about it, like that could really be.
Let's not stereotype things. I was the guy in the corner.
Like the person who's talking all that big shit. That really might just be his personality, and he could have just truly, honestly meant that with no intentions, but it's how you interpret the compliment. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. I mean, it's all about how you think. I guess I got a filthy mind then. You know what I'm saying?
But
something's wrong with me.
Where you're coming from. I'm just saying I think it's all about your interpretation. Like if it's some sleaze bag and I can tell he's just trying to like get
Describe sleaze bag. What does a sleaze bag look like?
Look, you can't. Well, they don't look like anything. Shit, what the fuck?
Exactly.
It looks like a bag.
Looks like a sleazy piece of bag.
A sleaze bag, in my opinion, I mean, sometimes you can't tell off the rip, but it's like, just rude.
There's a lot of sleaze bags in disguise.
Just totally fucking rude, in my opinion.
Just as a coat bag.
Fucking sleaze bag.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking sleaze bag.
I think you can just tell, like, when a motherfucker walk up to you.
Hey, to me, that's what it sounds like a sleaze bag. This is how he talks.
Ew, you sound like a straight fucking creep.
Creep, exactly.
Ew! Hell no, you better stop it. See, that's the shit. If motherfucker say something to me sounding like that, I'd be like, motherfucker, keep it moving.
Yeah, but what if it's dude straight up, in a suit with a fucking briefcase and a goddamn monocle, and he's like, "What up, baby? What's happening with them cakes, though?"
It's all, it's all.
I mean, exactly. You never know. The worst guys might look like the fucking Monopoly man for all we know. You know what I'm saying? And the real wholehearted, faithful, you know what I'm saying, man, hardworking man out there on the corner drinking his beer and smoking a little tweed. He's just trying to holler. You know what I'm saying?
So in other words, this breaks down to you got two people. One's rich and one's poor, and the other one's like the one who's got money is a total unhappy scumbag.
Sleazeball.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like the poor one like has everything you need in the world, but it's like you're gonna go with the one that's dressed nice or the one who's got a heart of gold.
Exactly. You tell me.
I'm gonna go with the heart of gold.
That's right.
Yeah, I picked the nice guy over all that other shit. Right?
You got it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Because that's something you can take forever. All that other shit can come and go. You can go peaks and valleys. You know what I mean?
It's about what you look like on the inside as much as on the outside.
Yes,
you feel me?
Yes.
If you have a filthy sleazeball soul.
Hey, you sound like a fucking weird white porn star.
That's that 80s shit, baby.
Ew! You sound like a wrestler.
He sounds like a bar's head to me.
Shit.
And none of these, notice how they say that none of these are obviously good things. You know what I'm saying? So they're not saying it because it's cool. You know what I mean, y'all? So for all you motherfuckers out there, to talk like that,
I don't know. See, like that could either be his voice or he could be a fucking scumbag.
It could be both.
Ew. I would be like, I either just keep it moving or look at him crazy. Like, are you serious?
See, but I mean, do I fit the typical scumbag look, like, or what?
Yeah, you could be. By a look, if you want to go by a look, then yeah, because all you motherfuckers are.
Of course I do, because we're all guilty of shit without even fucking, you know what I'm saying, doing anything. We just walk around with the guilt. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We just fit the description.
Oh Lord.
You know what I'm just for real. Women definitely are. Mm-hmm. Men and women. We're not gonna leave nobody out, or whatever you classify yourself, or whatever gender or whatever you feel like. They come everywhere.
Women are worse.
Sleazeballs are universal. Sleaze bags.
Yes. I think women are worse though.
Yeah, they are. They're the sleaziest of bags.
It's not even like dirty. It sounds like you just straight up shady and shiesty. Like.
What do you mean?
That's exactly.
Anyways,
what
look.
The fuck you mean?
Look, I just looked at my phone right now.
Hey, bro, that's crazy. So that's all those. So we've been meeting on time, or like it'll be like, what is it? Number synchrony. So like if it falls on like pairs or triples, like if you look at the times, or if you're like out walking around and you see numbers on a license plate, you see 99 here, 99 there, or whatever it is. Like, all that shit means something. So the time was just, 5:55 just now. And I met him earlier at, 4:44.
Yeah.
So it's like those synchronicities are, like, universal. It's like the universe trying to tell you something.
I literally had my phone in my pocket, and I was texting her. And she texted me back, like, I'm here. And I looked up, and then I closed my phone. And when I closed my phone, it showed the time.
That's crazy.
And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, that's fucking weird. And you literally, when I got the text, I looked up. And
but,
you were
bro, you've been
in.
seeing fours a lot lately. Like, what
I don't
does
know.
that mean?
I don't know. It's something to do with numerology and shit like
Protection?
that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I know a little bit about it, but it's all shit. I can't say I really did any real solid research on it because, a lot of the stuff comes from like Instagram and memes and other shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know I read upon it and I know it's numerology.
Yeah, but they're pretty much like universal signs that, like, if you're intuitive or whatever spiritual, that means you're just gonna take up on whatever the fuck.
I'm in my mode right now. That's what they're saying. Look at God talking about, there you go. You know what I'm saying? I'm just over there like, yo, right on. Bless. I can't complain, I mean, whatever it is, though. I believe in them to a certain extent. I wish if I knew more about it, then I could tell you more. But the fact, I see it all the time. Like, people don't believe me. They think, oh, you set alarms, or like you fucking, you look at your phone too much. It don't even be that. I had my partner over, Mike Jones, you know what I'm saying? He came through to record, right? And my phone's on the charger. He's like, boom, boom, boom. We're getting everything ready. We're setting the microphones and shit up. And he's like, grab the beat. It's in my phone. I pick up my phone and grab the beat. I open it, and the number's right there. It's not like we planned it. You feel what I'm saying? And I showed him. I was like, you see, just so you know, I don't be like. He goes, because he was telling me, he's like, bro, why are you always posting that shit?
Oh, see, they don't know.
Well, he didn't know, and I was like, I didn't really like the same thing. I didn't want to say too much. I was just like,
all the numbers and all that synchrony stuff that goes with like numerology, the chakras, goes into all that whole. You know what?
I'm telling you, there's a book you gotta read. I got it somewhere laying around. I can't find it when I do. I'm gonna slide it out. Well, actually, I gotta slide it to Patty. Patty gotta read it. I got another one for you though. It's called The Possible Human. Dope. But you gotta read the what's it called? The Holographic Universe. That's what by Talbot.
That sounds
that shit is all about that, like all the unexplained phenomenon that we think is like.
Is it like through your third eye type shit? Like.
Yeah, like it's about everything. It's about the theory of the whole universe and what it's really made up. And
that's what psychedelics are for.
I like shrooms.
That's what that shit's for.
I'll fuck with some shrooms here and there. You know what I mean?
That's what that shit is for. Like when you do that shit, like you'll either have a bad experience or you'll experience like a life-changing moment.
I'm down for whatever, when it comes to that. I ain't gonna lie, I did acid when I was a kid, like young, like stupid. You feel me?
I did it like a few years ago for the first time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, and I heard there's levels to it, because compared to acid, there's like ayahuasca, there's different shit or whatever.
Yeah. My parents told me they used to do that shit in high school all the time. Peyote and all the crazy shit that they would do. Yeah. That shit was sick.
That's fly right there. That was the year. That was living.
Oh yeah, my
dad's
like, the shit nowadays ain't nothing like what we used to have back in the 70s. I'm like, oh, okay.
I heard though the weed sucked back.
Oh yeah, absolutely did. We manipulate that shit so much now.
I heard OG's like, I don't know what y'all smoking, but that's not the weed we used to smoke.
Right.
No, it wasn't that their weed was bad. To be honest with you, their weed was more pure.
Yeah.
It was more pure and organic.
And I've actually heard that's like the best treatment.
It is, but we manipulate ours.
You know, a lot of reasons, like back in the day, I don't know if y'all, but I'm pretty sure you guys grew up in fucking Northern California, so you know what that brick squashed fucking Bammer weed from back in the day, right?
Oh my God.
That was really, if you think about it, that was really like some good outdoor.
It was good.
It was like some good outdoors weed that they did. The reason why it sucked is because they squeezed it, and a lot of that THC juice just to make it compress fell out the butt, so that's why it wasn't as strong. But it was probably some fresh grown, outdoor, nice. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But you know,
kids.
That's how I be like sometimes. I just imagine how that shit used to be now, and then it's like now it's like it's a science, so motherfuckers don't really need to do all that no more to hide it. Because that was all for smuggling purposes, just to compress the weed was just
right.
And they squeeze all the juice out that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it was Bammer as fuck. And we used to smoke Vegas with that shit and think we were really living. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why a motherfucker got a smoky lung right now. Like, you know what I mean?
A smoky lung?
For real, like.
Jesus
hey,
Christ.
No, cause like back in the day, like when I was little, when I first started smoking weed, I was young, right? And you know, it was Vegas. Vegas was the thing. Vegas, Garcia, Vega blunts, and them motherfuckers. 11-5, you know, you know, they kicked that whole thing off. They've been doing it, but when they made that song, everybody was smoking Vegas and shit.
It's a classic, bro.
Yeah, for sure. That's for sure a classic. That's like a in my memories museum. You know what I mean? That's where.
Yeah, you can never get tired. That's one of them songs you can never get tired of.
Nah, I'm into all that shit. It's the Known Vibe podcast, Steph. I'm glad you in this motherfucker. I see that it's gonna be really dope. It's gonna be a good.
But we can't be super high next time.
Nah, actually, I'm kind of digging that too. That just might have to stay how it is.
Oh,
I'm gonna say it's optional. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
I'm not gonna tell nobody what. I'm not gonna tell nobody what to do to their body on this podcast. They do whatever they want to themselves. But this is the Known Vibe podcast. We finna go ahead and keep it moving and keep it rolling. We'll be back in a minute. This is where we would have sponsors and stuff if we weren't broke right now on this podcast. But since we just getting this shit started, the best thing that I could tell y'all is that we just gonna keep hitting y'all with funny ass shit consistently every week. An audio podcast. It's gonna be an experience, and we just want to make sure that people
are enjoying the content that we put in now.
Exactly.
Because eventually, at some point, we're gonna have guests on here from time to time, and you know, it's only upward from here, baby.
We're just trying to, I mean, when you come from the bottom, there's only one other place to go. You could only go to the top now, so that's basically what we're doing.
All right then.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a little break. We'll be back in a minute. We're gonna regroup and hit y'all with some shit, some real conversation. Feel me? No Invite Podcast to be
What's up, everyone? This is Steph. You're listening to the No Invite Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at no_invite_podcast. Steph right here.
And you know, we gonna keep the conversation flowing like we always do. We got segments, we got different things we're doing. We're still working it out right now. But right now it's gonna be our main little topic. So you got some topic that we're gonna talk about. I got something I'm gonna share with y'all. And it is what it is. I'm actually gonna go live for this too because I feel like our live following really be on that shit. So they also chime in on some good shit. I've had it done before. But basically, Steph, you ever seen that? It's a fucking documentary on Netflix, and it's called Great Hack.
I have not seen it. I have not.
Yeah, so
enlighten me.
It is fucking many because it talks about a lot of different shit. Some of the shit that it talks about how you know, like the internet has been utilized in all the gathering of information of people through websites like those personality and those IQ tests and the things.
Oh, even the IQ test?
Yes.
Shut up.
All that shit.
Well, they know I'm fucking smart. Or not smart, but
not they know you're smart. Nah, but for reals though. So it's called Great Hack, and they say how that shit was used, and they say how they used it, and basically that's how the president right now got his seat, was because of that. And they also said the same with the previous president because he kind of innovated the whole thing on the internet. So they even knew, they're like, we sliding in your DMs too, because they know how potent that shit was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's a dope ass documentary. I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta see it.
You have to see it. It's on Netflix. It's called Great Hack, and it's a trip. Like I'm bringing it up because it's like we already know that the whole aspect of what it could do, like, you know, with the elections and stuff like that, and targeting you. But it's like, how much of that is of what you're like, that information that you're gonna share with.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll enter in wrong shit on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? 9 times out of 10, if you're bored, you're really gonna fill the shit out because you really want to know what the.
At least once. Let's keep it real. At least once somebody will do that test and keep it real, and then they may not like the results and then try to change it if they don't like it.
I've done that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I've seen your score too. That might be the best one out of 5 and shit.
I took it like 3 times on 3 different sites. Don't play.
I'm over here. I got the Forrest Gump IQ and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I was like, nah, that can't be real, bro. Did you just like scan through it and just hit anything? Because that can't be.
So I ain't gonna lie, they got me a while ago and I did an IQ test, right?
Yeah.
And it gave me the results back, and she was like, you got the fucking IQ fucking
like Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. I was like, damn.
Because I was taking it and I was like, here, let me just shoot this to you because
Forrest Gump, I don't know.
He did what the fuck he wanted.
Forrest Gump had that shit though too.
And you know what though, at the end of the day, even though that motherfucker was slow, like, he understood life. Like, he wasn't stupid. He was just slow.
That's because he didn't overthink shit. That's why he was
he was
more instinctual.
What society defines as smart, that's all it was.
Yeah.
We limit that.
Right, exactly. I totally agree.
Man, Forrest Gump was on that shit.
But anyways, yeah, I took mine. I'm like, let me see. I'm like, look, bro, mine's like 122. I'm like, let me see. Yours is probably higher than mine. Is what I'm thinking. This motherfucker. I'm like, did you take that right? Like that number can't be right. Yours is like it's Forrest Gump. He's like, Jenny.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Hey, good thing for me is that I don't give a fuck, because if I did, that probably would have hurt.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't believe all that shit online. You can't believe all that shit online because there's no way. No. That can't be
But
right.
that's what I'm saying. That goes back to what I'm saying. It's like you go on something thinking that you're gonna get something, and you give your information willfully. Yes. Because once you use it, you're willingly giving your information up, and now they're using it for other things to track. What kind of consumer you are, what kind of content to shoot to you on Facebook, so that
what you look on Google.
He said what you look on Google, and what they learn that so they could bombard you with shit. Basically,
they can't bombard me. I look up too much different shit.
No, but the thing is that trust me, believe me, that the advertisements you see on your Facebook, on your social media, no matter how much. Think of that.
Like whenever I go on a site and all those little ads be popping up, I be XX like I need to read my shit. That's what that shit is, huh?
A lot of it.
Oh hell no. Fuck that.
It's just the fact that you have a email and a fucking what's it called?
Yeah, they gonna advertise anyway. But like you say, when they get all your consumer information and see what you're like,
they build build a profile of you. That's what the movie was talking about. They build a profile of you and they sell it to these other corporations that basically want to sell you shit, and that's how they target. Money. That's how they target market to you, and they know exactly and they know not. They know exactly what to show you all the time. Remember back in the day how TV was? Everybody would see the same commercials because it was for everybody. This one's more targeted to what you like. Yeah. So it would be like watching TV and your commercials are different than your neighbors.
It's like a mobile everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
crazy. Technology just came a long way since the 70s or something like that, the 80s. Jesus
and all the shit that we used to put on movies and we used to watch when we were young. That shit's really factual right now. Like you see the robots that they're building. I'm like, okay, y'all motherfuckers want to build. This is what I don't understand. Y'all motherfuckers want to build robots that move like humans, could do human shit, and then you also want to build AI for what?
Hey, did you hear about the AI that killed like 22 Japanese scientists?
No way. Was that real?
I swear
was that real though?
I swear that there was like 5 AIs.
Facebook facts.
Yeah, there was like 5 of them, and like they dismembered, all the other ones, and then one ended up killing several scientists.
I don't know. I don't know.
The ones who created the motherfucker.
See, the thing that
could just be like some bullshit online.
I ain't gonna lie, though. It could, a lot of the shit though, and that's another thing that has to do with the movie. Another point they said, it's also they know how to brainwash you now, because they know what kind of personality you have. They know what kind of content they could put on you to manipulate how you feel. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because that's all it is when you constantly what you see, around your surroundings and shit, and how your perspective is.
So if we're that easily manipulated, and then the information to know that we're being manipulated is there for us to see, how do we know that's not like a manip as well?
It all is.
You get what I'm saying?
It's all one giant mind fuck.
Yeah.
Scrambled with like scrambled eggs. Nothing's real. It's the Matrix. All right. Nah, but I say that to say this is like, technology in the way that it's going, it's like it's starting to become people's handicap instead of their fucking. It's supposed to have been a tool,
right? Yes.
A crutch. It's starting to become.
But entertainment sells.
Hey, at the same time, though, it's not all bad. I'm not saying like all technology is bad, because even what we're doing with a podcast, by us just having our perspective, we're spreading information out there and letting people feel like they could speak on their opinion and whatnot, what they think as far as actually getting them to think about shit. If that makes sense, you know what I mean?
Just like when we talk, when we throw other ideas back and forth at each other, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could definitely gotta engage your mind, baby.
Yeah, that's most definite. Because at the end of the day, I feel like when the blackouts. Let's talk about that right now.
Oh Jesus!
So the blackouts, that has to do with technology too, because it's like people are like,
my shit is shut off.
You're off right now.
I'm off for the past 2 nights. That shit, bro, like going when you don't realize when all the lights are out on your street. I'm talking about everything. It is. You've never seen it that pitch black. Like, I was scared driving down my street, pulling into my driveway, and getting out my car at 3 a.m. to go inside. It's like, I can't see shit. Like, I couldn't see nothing. Like, I was scared.
No,
I was. Ooh.
This the thing. Like, for everybody that don't know, because we do got other people that listen from all over the world. Like, we're in Northern California right now, and they are doing rolling blackouts to prevent wildfires.
Because it was also the 2nd year anniversary a few days ago.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, but they're trying to they're
trying to cover their ass with both hands.
Yeah, exactly, because they got sued also for all that shit, and they've been liable already for the explosion that happened.
Oh yeah,
down in the South Bay and shit. So, and So they know already they fucking up now. They're doing drastic measures and shit like that. It's like the first thing I want to know is, am I gonna get a fucking break on that fucking PG&E though?
You're not.
I bet you not. I bet you they're gonna charge a motherfucker
they're
the same.
For those times. They're gonna average out what your normal bill.
Average these motherfucking nuts. Fuck that. I should gas it right now. Put that average up. You feel me? But nah. So look, that's one thing, with the PG&E. But another thing is just like
how much we depend on the technology.
How much we
without
depend
the lights
on shit
in the house. Like, I had to use my flashlight to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, to see where I'm going. Like, refrigerator don't work. And PG&E say they ain't responsible if your food goes bad, so you can't sue us now. Like, it's just crazy how much you depend on it. And for all you stupid motherfuckers that say, you better take your shower before the power goes out. Like, when was the last time that I checked that a fucking water heater runs on electricity? It runs on gas.
They might have some, but shit.
But they didn't turn off the fucking gas.
I don't know. The thing is like this, is that when shit like this pops up, you can realize how much people have been living in their bubble.
Yeah.
And they don't realize how real and hard, because we're so far removed from being without lights and shit.
Exactly.
And on some camping shit. It's like a lot of people ain't even been camping.
I miss camping.
Camping's
We used to go every summer as a kid. Like every August, it never failed. I'm pretty sure like most of us did in our
Yeah.
We
used to go shoot
80s
guns.
babies. So that was like we all did that.
Hell yeah, that was the main thing, like camping or just being outdoors, doing outdoor shit.
Right.
Like, and so back to the thing, the technology. Everybody's becoming their handicap because now you got people that don't know what the fuck to do themselves when a blackout happens. They're over there panicking,
right.
And it's like, yo, we heard it was gonna happen. We stocked up on ice. We fucking got propane for the gas grill. You feel me? Because we're gonna be obviously cooking our meals outside. You feel me? We made sure that all the things that we needed, candles, all the supplies, when they got that shit. It's like we probably weren't.
You have to know how to what's the word? Not maintain. It's not prepare. Improvise.
Yeah, improvise.
Improvise.
Exactly. Yeah, because whenever even people that got fucking the safety kits and all that shit, you're never really ready for some shit until it happens. Because people, people lose their fucking. That's what I'm saying. People when the shit starts.
Tactics, baby.
Yeah, people don't got that though, so people start panicking. That's the problem, and that's what starts fucking everything up. People panic. They don't do shit civilly. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell even right now, people are like, "Oh, this is going on." And
you can't live without it. Like
calm down, bro.
Yeah,
you'll be all right. You know what I mean? It's good. You just losing your power for a couple of days. It's gonna suck, but you know what I mean. Get ready and be proactive. You know what I'm saying? Do some shit about it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Motherfucker got a barbecue grill out there. There goes your stove, bro. That's all you need to know.
Pretty
much. You got a stove. You know what I mean?
Good.
You got your pots and pans still. You can cook on the fucking stove and do what the fuck you gotta do. You're gonna be all right.
So camping plays a major role in your childhood, people.
Yeah.
Take the kids out for once. Take the kids outside. Go make them scrape their knees up and get dirty.
Yeah.
Teach them something.
Teach them something. Teach them how to kill something. You know what I mean?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Not just in general, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you said, like, everyone's so far removed from it. It's like, do you even know how to plant shit anymore? Do you know how to fucking raise?
Right.
You know what I mean? Do you know how to, like you said, improvise? It's all being and whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Improv some shit, resourceful. These motherfucking I'm talking about.
Did you know that I think it's 1/3 or 3/4 of college students don't know how to boil an egg, and 1/3 don't know how to sew a button? Hey, college kids. That's a fact.
You know, check this out. Like I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not sure. But he did a whole little segment when he went out in the street and he found kids and he showed them what an analog clock was with the hands. And he said, "Can you tell me what time it is?" And I bullshit you not, like fucking like out of 10 kids, like only 2 knew how to read it.
What?
And it's because everybody's so used to digital now, right?
Wow.
So like,
I remember getting quizzed on that in school.
Yeah, like that was like part of your little. That was like part of exactly with your homework. You would take the little handout with the clocks different, and you had to find out what the times were.
You had to know.
I showed my son, and I'm like, that's kind of crazy though. But it's like, that's the whole, like you said, there's certain things that we're so far removed from because we think we figured everything out.
Because of the digital age, the jobs are changing, which then in turn has an influence on what is taught in the curriculums in school.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's changed over time. Like arriving here in 1940 or 1492, that don't matter no more. Now what matters is like the turn of the 19th.
How many follows you got on Instagram?
Pretty much turn of the technology era. Pretty much.
Nah, it is, and I don't. Like I said, I don't mind. I think that technology could be, like I said, a tool, not a fucking handicap. That's all it is. People gotta find balance, and they gotta fucking. They gotta use they fucking then more than they just they fingers and shit.
And it causes like mental health too.
It does, and it's proven. That's another thing. People, experts are saying it's gonna be like 20 years when they realize that shit's probably. They're gonna realize, look back and be like that. Social media and all that should have only been for people 21 and older.
It's gonna cause like a strain of like dementia, like 20 years down the road.
Who knows?
It's gonna have some kind of like effect on our brains.
It's definitely going. It's definitely gonna fucking have some effects that we don't know about because we weren't ready.
We're in a 6th mass extinction. We're all, oh man, this is crazy.
Oh yeah. Also, besides like advice, Steph, you're also
I'm your vegan advocate.
She's your vegan advocate and resident fucking conspiracy theorist.
We tap on everything, pretty much. We got way more in store.
Speaking of which, though, good thing you said that because I wanted to ask you. You was talking about this earlier. You were talking about the whole thing with the fentanyl and all that stuff. The whole crisis with that.
Oh yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. So like, what do you think about the usage of first-hand paramedics and all that kind of shit? Because like like in the Midwest, there's a big fentanyl, heroin, opioid epidemic. It's really, really bad. So like, what do you think about the first responders being able to have things like Narcan available to resuscitate these people?
So they do not right now. Like it's not.
No, they do it. They first responders, like they have the Narcan, but it's so cost effective to help save these people when you have all these calls every single day. Like one city ran out and like 9 people out of 24 calls died because they ran out of Narcan. That's how much they go through it.
Oh, okay, I get it.
That's how much they go through that shit. So it's like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is addiction a disease? Is it not a disease? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Why aren't they investing the money in like a treatment program? Like, why?
It's money, because it's money. It's all money. We all know that. We all know like it is. It's just like, I mean, we could go so far in depth.
But look, it's like, do you think it's a choice when a motherfucker like ODs 3 times in 6 months? Is that a choice or is that what is that?
It's a little bit of both. It was a choice probably why he fell into what he was doing, but
3 times in 6 months.
I put it this way. Look, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I know somebody that bought that you know what I mean, that bought some shit long ass time ago. He went and got some shit. OD'd off of it. What? They took him to the hospital. He got out 2 days later and he wanted to buy the same shit. He said,
"What?"
He goes, "That shit was good."
Oh,
he
didn't.
No. Apparently, he didn't know.
What
and
happened?
He didn't know that it was that strong. So that's why he OD'd. So when he found, he's like, "That shit was good." He goes, "I just gotta do less time." So addiction is a crazy thing. My point. You know what I mean? Addiction is a crazy thing. People will do things that it's like completely out of their character, or you would think that like there's no way after all that happened that I'll ever do that again. To them, that's normal. So it's partially how we were saying. Like I feel like it's like mental and physical because your body is controlled by your mind.
I think that breaks down to like, are you weak-minded or strong-minded? Like,
are
you self-aware? You know who you are.
Could be, and also it could be that too. But also keep in mind, you gotta remember that some people, that's their excuse. They want to do that stuff. So it's not like we can't categorize all addiction as the same, because some people have the shit that they're really rely on it and need it, and other people, they get addicted to it, but they started doing it
why do you think they
for recreation
on it in the first place?
Well, everybody needs something.
But I'm saying, like, why would you initially need that in the first place?
Because people have some kind of mental, I feel like it's all mental health, and people have trauma and shit that they ain't dealt with, and they choose to use something to help them forget. Because think about it, everybody knows this. Growing up, yeah, exactly. Well, that's what it does. Because instead of having emptiness and pain in that void and trauma that you ain't dealt with, you fill it with something that makes you feel good temporarily. No matter if it's sex addiction, if it's fucking
or whatever it may
whatever it is, whatever your fucking vice is. I know motherfuckers that was knocks off weed that would sell everything they fucking own if they didn't have weed for some weed, bro. I swear.
That's a little too much.
Like they'd be out pounding their shit.
Was this out here in the Bay?
Man, I'm telling. Say less, but no more. Lord. Stay woke. But what I'm saying is because this addiction is addiction, no matter what it is. Like it's not. Even now they're saying with the video games, you know what I'm saying? They're saying that's a real thing, and they actually have it already, I think, categorized as an addiction and a disorder.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do. I think I read that too. That's a damn shame. And it all comes back with the technology bullshit.
And also throw in this factor that these motherfucking corporations, these pharmaceuticals be lying, and they be saying and making up different types of disorders and shit just to justify them selling their fucking some medication and make some money off you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You
So
ain't
don't get
lying.
it fucked up, y'all. It's a whole lot of shit that goes into one thing that big. It's not like it's just one fucking narrative. It's a bunch. It's different fucking angles
Yeah.
that people don't even know and that shit. So, you know, the main important thing is that I think to combat that is to have dialogue, to have somebody to speak with, to have somebody to whether it's family that you really could trust, or it's a motherfucking therapist or whatever it is. If you have something like that, then that helps.
Right.
Because
there's other remedies to cure these types
we're
of things.
communal people. No matter what, we're a
Yes.
community. We want to be involved. We want, no matter how antisocial you are, you want to have some kind of
Contact.
feel of belonging to something. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And that's just how it goes in contact
That's
with
human
people.
in nature.
Exactly. So.
You know? Yeah, one person can't be by themselves for so, like, in solitary confinement, like, only for so long
They say
before,
that's
before
one of
they
the-
go insane.
They say that's
We
one
need-
of the worst psychological things. That's why
Yeah.
when they keep motherfuckers in jail, like they're in the shoot program and
Yeah.
and all this crazy shit where they don't get no kind of contact from no one. Why do you think they come home and they're all fucking fucked up? They
Yeah.
gotta fucking. It's like they gotta detox from, if they're lucky to detox from that kind of mentality in order to function in
like
society.
the human mind and how that works and shit, like, is a trip. Like, we're crazy. We're some kind of species.
Well, it's powerful. It's
It's
powerful,
very-
and we're, what's it called? It's powerful, and we're like multi-dimensional. I feel like we got hella layers, so it's like a lot goes into our well-being. But like,
What
it's
does
your
that say
mind.
about our energy then? So, like our bodies, our physical bodies, or they're just vessels for our spirits. But it's like, if our spirits, our energies, like, is that like including our mind, or is that within the vessel? 'Cause
No,
then
I
what
think
does that
that-
say
I think
about our
that-
energy as people?
I
What does
think
that say?
this is what I think.
What does that say?
I think our spirit and our soul, whatever you want to call it, that is everything that has to do with us. This
But
is
we're
that
all
shell,
the
right?
same energy.
But think, yeah, exactly. We're all the same energy because we all come from basically one source. You know what I'm
So do you
saying?
think we're good energy or bad energy if we're killing the planet?
We're probably. I think it's both. There's a lot of good and bad. It's
Right.
probably what it is right now. Is it's imbalanced right now. Is what it is. So there's probably more bad than there is good out there. But there's still a lot of good, and a lot of good go a long way. And I had another fucking point, but I forgot. 'Cause
My
I'm
bad.
high.
That's the weed.
Nah,
That's
it is
the
the
weed.
weed though. It ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
that
That's
was
why I
the
said I'm
weed.
high. Don't mind me. That is the weed. But no, yeah, I feel like, oh yeah, back to what I think. I
was
think
the
our soul, our
pharmaceuticals.
energy, our consciousness, everything that makes us who we are is in our soul. These are vessels just like anything else our soul was injected into or whatever. However, we come together as one, right? When we're born, our soul inhabits this body. This body has its limitations, just like anything else. If we was to inhabit a bird's body, just because we are our powerful soul and what makes us up doesn't mean that we're more. That's like our interface. That's our outlet. You feel me? To this world. When we leave this world, our soul leaves our
yeah,
body.
where are we gonna
We're
go,
we're a
bro?
different energy. Yeah, but
Where are we gonna
we're
go?
energy. So while we're here, this is how we inhabit this earth, is through these earthly vessels. You know, that's how I feel like. And
our energy is on these earthly vessels killing the fucking planet. Like, we probably did the same thing.
well,
to
I feel like
Mars.
it's all sensation, bro. Like I don't.
Did you hear about the other galaxy we found? That's like supposed to be so many thousands of years advanced. Like, we can see it right now. We can see a whole nother.
You know what that means, right? They could see us too.
Oh, absolutely. No, bro, it's real. It's real. Like, that's crazy. Like, all the shit you said about it in that book, I'm pretty sure that's in there too, because now we can see another like universe, and it is a trip. It's a trip. So like that leads to say, when we leave our vessels, like, where are we gonna go next? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And no, I know this is a mystery. I'm just telling you what I believe and from shit that I've read. In that holographic universe, you have to read that shit though.
Blaze and I, we are very transparent. But we believe in energies, and we.
Nah, man, I'm Blaze. I don't know about all that. I don't know.
Oh, so you don't?
What do you mean, like transparent? Like you can see through me,
no,
bro?
like, we're very transparent. Like, you know,
Yeah.
if we were to be having like a conversation about religion,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Even though, like, say we believe in energies and spirituality, and somebody else is strictly Christian, like, we're transparent. Like, we'll make it easier for them to understand us,
It's
and
all
vice
about
versa.
tolerance, yeah. It's all about tolerance, yo. That's all I can say.
Because when
really.
you're clear and you show no, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
no fucking agenda or any kind of
Right,
what do you call that? Any kind of motives or anything.
But to be transparent is pretty much be like neutral and, you know, see.
I'm open. I like, yeah, I feel what you're saying, because I consider like myself, like I put
so
it, the way I say it is like open-minded.
Without offending anyone.
Yeah, I gotta be open. I'm open-minded to everything, man. I've dealt with people. I lived around people my whole life. Obviously, I'm not a fucking caveman loner or nothing where, you know, I've been around people all life, but also being incarcerated, though, it does help you learn how to understand people and how to maneuver around a lot of people and be like, you know, I guess more shit, just more upfront and more, you know what I mean, more proactive and more understanding, because you gotta when you deal with people, when you deal with people, you deal with them as you want to be dealt with. So if you're gonna be rude to a motherfucker and disrespectful, that's how you want people to get at you. You know what I mean? So.
But nah, some people do that, and then they get that same energy back and be like, don't talk to me that way, bro. Like they're only
in prison. In prison, there's definitely none of that going down. Right. If they get that energy back, then it's over for them. It's a wrap. They finna send them up out of there.
But yeah, being incarcerated, like you either gonna fall victim or you gonna, only the strong survive. You gonna really be able to read and understand people and how to survive, or you just gonna fall victim.
That's the main thing. You just learn how to deal with people. You learn how to deal with different personalities, and if you're paying attention though, because you could go anywhere and not learn nothing if you're not paying. You don't got an open mind.
That's the point I was making.
But we're gonna get into all that shit, man. It's the No Invite Podcast. We rocking and rolling. We moving like we always do. It's your boy Blaze.
And Steph, we out of here. We gonna be right back.
We'll be back in a minute with another, what I'm talking about. What's up? It's your boy Blaze. You're listening to the No Invite Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at no_invite_podcast. And make sure you tap in with us on SoundCloud at No Invite Podcast. And on YouTube, the channel is RiBirth Filmz Media 1. Make sure you guys holler at us and ask your bitch. She might let you go. Check this out, man.
That shit was funny as hell.
So, the No Invite Podcast, let's keep it fucking real. We're barely getting our shit together, so we're not gonna sit here and bullshit you like we have it all together.
Right.
Please take our advice. This is the what do you call this shit? This is the disclaimer. Please take any advice here with a grain of salt.
Nobody is a professional.
Don't be a fucking moron and listen to what we say and what we do and go try to live our shit out. These are our life experience, and you might not be about that life. You know what I'm saying? You might lose your fucking, you know what I'm saying? You might lose your wind and shit, doing some stupid shit.
He's going for 3.
Yeah, I'm over there. I did acid and whoop all these motherfuckers. I don't want no dickhead to be like, oh, he did acid, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, bro.
But anyways, we was talking about all this shit, and then we was talking about, well, shit, what the hell on the outro are we gonna name the segment? And this motherfucker referenced my Instagram name, and it was the funniest shit. So because we're trying to figure it out, so until further notice, because we're going to go off my Instagram name, which is Steph be mobbing, and you're going to be mobbing with Steph through all this relationship advice. And we're going to give it to you.
And just practical advice, Steph. Hey, she said, check this out, though. I wanted to let it be known, though, it's not just relationship advice. Anybody that wants to get some advice from Steph on anything, whatever it is, she's here for you. You know what I mean? If you just want to get a different perspective, if you need a life coach, if you have no direction, if something's wrong with you, you know what I'm saying?
Because believe you me, I've been through the peaks and the valleys and all that in between. I haven't experienced everything, but I touch base on enough to be able to help anybody else.
That's right.
And this fool will chime in too, because he's got a penny or two to throw in.
I'm gonna try to stay out of it though, because to be honest with you, I'm gonna let you.
It's better communicating with a female.
I will. Well, you could bounce ideas.
So it's gonna be, like I said, my Instagram is Steph B Mobbin, and you're gonna be mobbing with Steph through the relationship advice. That weed got me so high stumbling over my words. But no, that shit was so funny the first time you said it. So we're gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna start off with saying, anybody who knows me personally, I just broke up with somebody a few months ago, and if this is you or been through it or you're going through the emotional side, so broke up with him a few months ago after about 4 years, and I'm staying away, trying to go through the heartache and all that kind of shit, and then this motherfucker calls
slow
me
jams,
over,
teardrops, and
all
shit
that,
like that,
getting through it, getting used to back being single again. And the shit was hard. So, this motherfucker, come over. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll give it a chance. Go over there.
You get that old thing back.
You know what I'm saying? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Hit the old routine. And then afterwards feeling like, man, I gotta go. It wasn't even worth it. I felt hella stupid going back over there. And you know what I'm saying? So I just fucking dipped. I would have been a dumb broad if I would have stayed. And if you did stay, baby girl, that's okay. Eventually, you're going to learn. You're going to hit your head enough times. You'll get tired of it. You'll leave eventually. So basically,
yeah, it's the one. It's what's your ex, the protocol for your ex? You know what I'm saying?
I think it depends. I think it's 2 ways. There's, you never speak to that person again. And then there's, you can be friends and say hi and bye and be courteous when you see each other. You don't have to be a complete asshole. So it's either you're going to be cool and respectful afterwards, or you don't speak to that motherfucker at all.
Is it a cool off phase, or is it if we break up,
depending
and
on the
good,
situation,
we agreed and it's all good?
Yeah, like if you leave, okay, let's say for example, right? Like if we had a child, you know, you're gonna be with that motherfucker for the next 18 years. So that's out of the question.
Sure. You dealing with me for sure.
That's out of the question. So if me and you know what I'm saying, don't have no ties, and like it just fell out, like we both knew it, like it lost a different, like it was an easy.
It's not you, it's me.
Well, no, if there's a mutual agreement as to why we're just not cool for each other no more, and there's a mutual agreement, then yeah, you guys can part ways and be cordial with each other when you see each other around.
What I'm saying is, but how long before you do that? Because I know you don't want to break up with a motherfucker and then like the next day be like, so what you doing? I'm gonna come over there.
Well, I mean, there is a tapering. There is a tapering off phase, like a cool off phase. But I mean, and some people are just nipped in the bud like that. And you never hear from them again.
Well, what I'm saying is like what I'm saying is like if that person breaks up with somebody, and that's mutual and whatever they let go, you know, is it to me? I don't consider it a real breakup until they completely start communicating, at least for a while. Because it's still that back and forth, so that's your ex, but it's like you're still doing
when me and my ex, like when it was over, the night it was over, like that was it. Even though, yeah, we kept in contact, you know, over the past few months, you know, but it's been tapering off. Like it becomes less and less. You got to remember, if you're with somebody for so long, X amount of years, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen overnight. It's a tapering off phase because you're familiar with them and. It's a taper off, unless you really didn't give a shit about that person.
You know it's real when you go on the Netflix account and you're not on it no more and you're kicked off and shit. You know it's official. That's when it's a wrap. Like,
no, it's a wrap when you delete the thread, bro.
You think so?
When you delete that thread.
In the pictures.
Yeah, when you delete that shit, it's over. Yeah. But yeah,
the Netflix account, the Hulu account.
All that shit, bro.
Bitch done stole my motherfucking Costco account. It's like, shit. You can't live.
Look, I got taken off the credit card and shit.
Yeah. I'm not under the Uber Eats account anymore. It's like,
oh hell no.
That's when you know it's extra.
No more late night fat boy munchies.
Well, it's cause but like I was saying on some real shit, like the whole like to me it has to be if it's mutual.
But if they did some fucked up shit, then I don't give a fuck. You don't speak to that motherfucker no more. Yeah. You know, depending on the level, the severity of it, fuck that.
No. For real, I feel that because you know once it's fuck you forever. I ain't going back. It's fuck you for life.
Pretty much.
Yeah, hang the post. It's like, you know, when they have the wanted posters on the wall, it's the same shit. It's like fuck this person for life. Hang that in the archive wall. You know what I'm saying? In the back cave. You feel me? Fuck you and fuck anybody affiliated with this person.
Yeah, keep it moving, you know, bitch. Bye.
Black and white mugshot photo of the clown ass motherfucker. So, but I mean, I'm also a very forgiving person. So for you to get on that list, though, it's really and it all depends. You know, it's levels. There's some shit you just can't tolerate at any time at all, and there's just other shit that you have to look at people and realize that they're not growing, they're not fully developed yet. They're still on the tree. You know what I'm saying? They're not ripened yet. You know, they're on the vine still. They're kind of green and shit. So what do you think about people who, like, say you're it's like a boy and a girl, and they're very, very close. Almost you would think that they're together, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they fucking though.
Nah, so, but like,
what you mean?
made me lose my train of thought. What I was getting at is, do you feel like people who are really good friends and probably did fuck around a time or two, but they never take it to that next level because they know it wouldn't work out? Do you feel like if they did get together and break it off, would they never speak to each other again, or would they be cool?
It depends on the situation.
Right.
Because if they know each other, then they know how they are, and as long as you didn't do that other person dirty, because you know there's that one thing that you could do to somebody that's for sure it's the instant killer that's gonna kill your whole relationship. Is dead on sight with that thing.
And know who your friends are. Like, know who your friends are. Don't cross that line with somebody and risk, fucking up a good friendship.
Well, people are selfish, so they would rather, like, it's only this way or it's nothing. And it's just like, maybe it's not your time with that person, or maybe it's never meant to be with that person, or whatever the case is. But, people try to force what they want on other people, and they fail to realize that when you fucking meet somebody,
it's a learning experience.
Yeah,
that's what
you gotta learn that person.
People come in your life to and when it comes down to the relationship aspect, it's like, you're gonna go through so many. You're gonna learn. Somebody's gonna teach you, how you don't like to be treated, how you want to be treated. Somebody else is gonna teach you life lessons. Somebody else is gonna teach you, damn, I don't want to deal with that ever again, or hey, damn, I never learned this before. So if you can't, you should be able to recognize and know and appreciate when somebody's trying to do good for you and when somebody's doing you dirty.
I was always told that a real friend is always gonna look out for you and never put you in harm's way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's a real friend. Like, don't get me wrong, because if you know what I mean, they're gonna always a real friend's gonna have your best interest at all times.
Yes.
And there's a lot of times.
Right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah, and also I always remember this, and like I said, it goes back to people's development. It's like I can't expect certain behaviors from certain people because I'm that way. You know, I have to understand that I deal with people on all different types of levels, and I know that my world is a different world than theirs. You know, so I can't expect my world.
People need to learn. People need to learn to be more diplomatic. That's pretty much is.
But it's all understanding though. It's understanding who you are first and how you react, and then trying to understand who you're dealing with.
Absolutely, because when you're more self-aware, you're able to understand how people convey things. You know what I mean, or their way of expression or what have you. If you can't be that in tune with yourself to know and recognize and appreciate the way people express themselves, then how are you going to be able to understand people and be so narrow-minded, one-sided? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And let's face it, you're living in this world. You're gonna have to learn how to deal with people another way. You're gonna have to learn what people dealing with you, because they're gonna do whatever they feel like. You know, it's how you carry yourself. It's how you treat people. It's a lot of different things to factor in how you're treated. Everyone's not gonna treat you always like you want. I always feel like people have these crazy expectations of what they think things should be, and then they realize that it's not that at all.
Well, that's like the same concept if you ask for like a cigarette. Like, you can't get mad if a motherfucker say no. Yeah. It's the same concept, but different.
And fire went up on your ass like right in your face and blow the smoke on you.
Oh, I've done that before. Like, I had a whole thing of cigarettes.
Steph be mobbing too hard.
Wait, too hard? Well, shit, I mean, I do be mobbing every day.
Steph
I do.
Steady mobbing.
Pretty much.
Mobbing with Steph.
Look, I got a brand new car. That motherfucker is a fucking bucket, bro. Like, if you not a bucket in that sense, but that's the new age, bro. My shit is got dings. That's like the mobby. That's been through it.
What's your car's name?
Oh, you know, I knew this question was gonna come up. I don't believe in that shit.
He names all
I name all my cars.
I can't do it, bro.
Why not?
I just that's not where my mental's at. I don't understand why people do it, but I'm sure it has some kind of sentimental thing going. You guys gotta go. I don't know. If you explain it to me, because I don't know. I just don't find. I find it if you name something, you have a connection. There's a personal connection. Well, that's just the fucking car.
I know.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
That's the car, and I'm inside of her every day.
It's the guy.
That's my car, and I'm inside of her every day.
Are you trying to like just claim the motherfucker like the?
She does what I tell her to do.
No, I'm just kidding.
And she'll never talk back.
Oh Lord!
And I'm always inside her every day.
He likes inanimate objects.
Yeah.
He's addicted to inanimate objects.
Hey, that's like that old school movie. Remember that movie Mannequin, where dude was like in love with a fucking mannequin and then it came to life and shit?
No. But there's like people have those weird. So, excuse me, I shouldn't say weird. I shouldn't say people have weird fantasies.
As a kid?
I shouldn't say weird fantasies, but everybody has different likes or whatever, but we'll just say it's a little bit more different than the norm. Yeah. Inanimate objects. I think if you like that kind of stuff, I think you should go see somebody, and that's.
What do you mean, motherfuckers in jail? Okay, so look.
No, I'm saying like if you like fucking like inanimate objects, like
you know what a fifi is, right?
But you know, okay, did you see on TLC?
Do you know what a fifi is?
That he liked making love to balloons, bro. Like, you gotta go get checked out.
Yeah, that's different. I mean, it's kind of the same shit though.
Object.
But that you know what a pocket pussy is, right?
Yes.
You know what a fleshlight is, right?
Okay. Is this like jail?
So look, in jail they got a thing they call it the fifi, right?
Oh wait, I heard that. I forgot. Wait, hold on. Wait. Give me a clue really quick. Let me get a guess. Give me one clue.
It's a fifi. It's the fifi, and a man beats his meat with it. I mean, what the fuck?
Oh, it's like the sock, right?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So they put like socks, or they get socks. They put rubber gloves over them, lotion, sponges. Yeah. I'm talking about, you know, the ingenuity.
What was you doing with that? You were using them.
The ingenuity of motherfuckers in jail never ceases to amaze me. They're like, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen a lady make tamales out of the food.
Yeah. I mean, people have too much motherfucking time on their hands when they're in jail. That's what happens when you sit somebody down and get them focused. People
end up being smart.
Yeah, no, I know. See, the thing is like this with the jail thing is like people think that because they sit people.
So if you love a jailbird, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, Jody, baby boy, but what was her name in the movie?
I forgot.
Yeah.
What was her real fucking name
in the movie? Well, anyways, you can't be like her.
Damn it, Jody.
I know. So you can't be like her, baby girl. Don't Don't fall victim to that trap. They just gonna use you. Baby,
put it this way: there's so many good people in there, and there's a lot of bad people in there. It's like everything else, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of jail time. Some people bounce back, and they come out here, they come out in these streets, and they have a life and whatnot. But as far as like that's the whole mentality.
They don't fit into society's.
That's why I say it's like a detox. They have to.
Yvette, that's right. Yeah, don't be Yvette.
Damn it, Yvette, I love you. You
yeah, don't
be my wife.
Yeah, don't be Yvette, ladies. Don't be Yvette.
But nah, I mean, like I don't know how, but shout out to everybody that's locked up, good and bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but those people are so talented and creative.
Yeah. Well, that's what my point was. It was like, you know what, the government. If somebody goes to jail and you utilize your time and you do so much of time,
right?
You're actually. For a government that's trying to throw a man away, you're really just helping them because you help them get focused and hopefully you pray.
Yeah, so
they still they focus on something good because they could easily focus on something bad and come out and do what they got to do. So if you use it for the right things and you go in there and you learn from your experience and you grow, you come out and you understand that there's more to life than being in jail. And some people don't. Some people like that shit, but it has to be some kind of growth to it. So. It could be a good thing in a sense. It might save some people's lives and shit, but I don't recommend it.
But then that goes back to weak-minded, strong-minded. Like, you know, if they're weak-minded, they're going to fall victim and keep rolling back in and out, being
I think we're all weak-minded at something. There's something that could break us down no matter what.
But to fall victim to something like that, like to being like incarcerated, if you will, like that's a really intense place to be. I don't give a fuck who you are.
That's true.
It's a very intense place to be. Not a lot of people can make it. And it boils down to like, you know, survival of the fittest, and that comes to us mentally. Yeah,
and it's those old survival mechanisms or whatever they call them. You know what I mean? Because
you're either a strong spermie or a weak spermie.
Well, you know, I can't confirm or any of that. That just caught me off guard right there. You're a strong spermie or weak. What are you? Is that something?
A weak spermie, like that comes from meat eaters.
Define that.
Meat eaters have weak spermies.
They don't swim.
They like, okay, look, check this out.
Them shits
check
just
this out.
move.
If you're a meat eater, if men who eat meat, when they come, like in their semen, that shit's it's very acidic. Okay, a vegan or vegetarian, it's not gonna be acidic. It's not gonna cause the female body any harm.
That's just like the buffet, the salad bar.
What you talking about? Which salad bar? Where was you at?
You said the vegans. They said the vegans is like they got the salad bar flavors.
No, you stupid. I didn't say no shit like that. Fuck you. Don't be a hater. I know you're trying to transition.
I'm trying. I know. Don't get me wrong. I'm with the whole vegan lifestyle and everything. Like I respect that.
It gives you a higher sex drive too.
Yeah. I mean, like I've tried. You know what I'm saying. I can't say that I have a lot of experience on it too, but I do my part to like not eat as much meat as I used to.
Yeah, people eat less meat. Every time you buy, consume, or purchase meat, you are contributing to all the deforestation. And even though you can't see it, you think it's just one time, but you are contributing to it. So there are other alternatives, and
it's crazy how people don't care though, huh?
Yeah, they
like
don't.
When the shit's right in your face and you see it, and they still don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it's just the slaughter of the animal, period. Because I mean, the effects of the whole. It's a supply and demand thing, but that's another topic for another day. But my point being was, if you have natural, healthy, organic foods, it's not only gonna make your body feel good, light, and healthy, but it's gonna boost you in every which way, especially your mental's gonna be more clearer, so you and your partner are gonna have way better communication. The sex drive is gonna go up.
Decalcify your pineal gland.
All that. Stop using fluoride, people.
Yeah. Let me stop. See, you know what? And it's crazy because that theory, that in a sense you think that theory is true, but I be seeing people that never brush their teeth and be talking that shit. They're hella mad ignorant. It's like, you definitely on some fluoride or something, because it's like...
Have you seen the...
it's like, how you don't brush your teeth? I know you're not getting enough fluoride in your system. What's going on with you?
I've seen these people in Africa, I think it was like northern Africa, and they would use what's called a miswa stick.
And they chew on it?
Well, they probably chew it, but they brush it with this twig. And I told my friend at the time, and this motherfucker straight up ordered it. He said, like, the only way you can get that shit sent to you, you have to buy it, like, over in, like, Egypt or the Middle East or some shit and have it shipped for, like, the real stuff. Like, you can't get it out here. And he started using it, and he gave me one. And that shit, like, clears your breath out, gets everything, makes your teeth white, and it's just, like, yeah.
That's dope. See?
Yeah, like,
and all this shit is because everything
and their
that's being
teeth
sold
out in
to
Africa,
us,
and they're nomadic people, pearliest, prettiest teeth you've ever seen. I swear to God, and they're nomadic. Miswak. Miswak.
That's dope. See, the thing is
Take
like all the shit, all the
health.
synthetic shit is cheap. And it's because it's been created, it's man-made with chemicals and shit, and it's like
to make us sick.
And it's because it's a way for a motherfucker to make money off something that they would normally be not able to make money off of. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? It's like if everybody really did go back on the whole natural shit where we grew our food and we grew our remedies and we still kept our whole structure of
natural
like
medicine.
But more natural medicine and more into the diet and what we feed ourselves and how we grow food, it'd be a whole different fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Damn white people.
No, it's just because it all comes down to money though. It all comes down to money.
It all comes down to those
and
damn
it's like
white
it's a
people.
business. You know what I mean? It is what as you got.
They run it. They
and
run it.
That's a white person saying it, so you know what I mean.
I'm white as can be.
But
I'm
she's
white
down
as
with
can
the
be.
shit though. But Steph, you've been mobbing with the people though, so you already know.
I'm already
like,
knowing. And the other thing is, anything that I might say on here or
Steph's
either one of
ally.
us, I'm down for the cause, people. So don't ever get anything I say twisted. And if you feel like I do, just please chime in and let me know. We'll address it. But there is never any ill will or ill intention behind anything we say.
Yeah, no, we just being honest and sharing our perspective.
Ever since the white folks came over to America, everybody in the world was shamans and natural people. Everything you was just saying, these motherfuckers come over here, and you know the rest is history.
I mean, and that's what it is. Like, and I feel like,
white people are a disease.
I think, you know what? I have a real fucking weird ass theory. I feel like human beings, period, are the
we're
disease.
cancer of the earth.
Yeah,
That's fact.
Yeah.
That's fact.
And I feel like the earth is a living human thing, and eventually
I showed you that video.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it for a long time, but you showed me that
yeah, it's
too.
like, that shit was trippy.
And then it's like eventually, since we're a disease, eventually the earth will adjust to heal itself from the disease.
Right,
you know
Mother Nature ain't fucking around.
Nah, so, you know, when people talk about all this global warming and deforestation and stuff, it's like people taking shit for granted that they didn't have their whole life. And really, it comes down to greed and money, like we said again. So the people that have it all, they're going to be okay. They got shit ready and fortified. Okay? I mean, longer than we will. The first people to go will be us, and then eventually them.
Like if the world ends and only the 6 richest families in the world already have this bubble capsule, so they're gonna be the last remaining or the new beginning of the human race.
You heard what you was the one that was telling me, or who was it? It was Patty. One of y'all just brought up the whole thing about it. I wouldn't doubt if they got the space travel already on lock, bro.
I don't know. That's up for debate. I wouldn't doubt it if they
bounce to another fucking planet. Like what's happening now? Whether they go survive or not, that's here nor there. But
what do you make of this though? Remember, when did man land on the moon? Back in like the 50s, 60s. How come we ain't been back since?
China just went.
It was a big propaganda
campaign. Yeah. China just went. Whether how deep you believe into that whole. Yeah.
Really? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know about what the fuck they tell us on that.
It was patriotic ego. It was many reasons.
Oh Lord Jesus!
But there's nothing resourceful on the moon. If we can't, in a sense, make money off of it, even though
China just went. You know what China just went for? Like I bullshit you now. Y'all could get on your Googles and check this shit out.
Space trips to the moon. So now
China just went to the moon and put a big ass satellite on it.
I'm listening to like 2 people talk to me at the same fucking time.
Yeah, my bad, Patty.
It's all good. No, I was listening to both of you.
No, I get what you're saying. No, too, Patty is like it's like. You know, we could get off into the conspiracy theory. That shit's deep by itself. But you know, the whole earth and everything and how shit was brought.
So in other words, don't contribute because every time you do, you fucking up the ozone. We just killing ourselves. So eat your fruits and vegetables like your parents told you to, kids.
But really though, on some real shit, China just went there and put a satellite. So there's aliens coming.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of China, what the fuck did you guys read about the protests, first of all, in Hong Kong? I mean, you've been seeing it on social media. So, like, I've tried to read into it, and, like, I understand, but I don't understand what they're fighting about. It has to do with, like, extraditing.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't even fucking know because I don't even believe half the fucking shit that comes out.
I know, but it's like it didn't make sense to me.
I don't it's hard to find credible. To me right now, everybody's like we're in the age of information. We're also in the age of misinformation. I feel like because there's so much bullshit that could be put out there, and they could even censor your searches to only show you certain things, and you know they could want to black out certain things.
Why did they take the activity page away? That's in reference to what you're saying. Like, why are they limiting and?
I think they're going to change Instagram because they're starting to realize the bad effects of social media.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did say that earlier.
You were talking. We had a conversation before. We had a conversation before, and we were talking about that. And we were talking about how you know the the whole social media thing. They're gonna start taking away likes, like where you can't
Oh
see
yeah,
likes
yeah,
and views
yeah.
on the
So
videos.
all you big bimbo-headed girls, you Instagram wannabe models or whatever, like start facing reality.
Yeah. Well, you better hope that if you are in that lane that you're a business and you're not just doing it, getting a little money and not,
Yeah,
make
don't
sure that
live
you're
off your promos.
Yeah, make sure that you're a business and you're evolving, because it's gonna be eventually they're gonna shut out a whole lane of
Then what you gonna do?
a whole lane of because what they're gonna do, it's all advertisement, it's all money. Instagram wants to make money, and they're gonna find out a way to make everything pay to play, which they already probably have, in order for you to get the full experience. So it's only a matter of time where they're gonna take the money making part of it aspect out of the creator's hand, and only the platform reaps the benefits. You know what I'm saying? Whether it is by them selling them,
That means we're gonna go into a recession then.
Probably.
What's coming up.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, and a lot of shit's happening already.
Every 5 years, it's like this.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Especially with presidencies and elections, because it's tumultuous
Gas
times.
is going up.
Yeah,
it's the holiday
fucking
season.
crazy.
You guys better fucking
The
fill up
blackouts.
and get that extra storage of gas in the house.
Yeah, all that shit.
I'm serious.
Make
That
sure
shit's
that
gonna
you
go
guys
up. It's almost $5 a gallon.
Make sure your devices are charged so you can listen to the No Invite podcast.
Yeah, because I gotta drive home. I gotta go in the dark. Oh, it looks like on one of those like.
That means Steph be mobbing at nighttime too.
I'm be mobbing like through the darkness, bro. Like it looks like some shit's gonna jump out, like out of the movies.
Producer Patty be with that bullshit. I just want to let y'all know. If you hear weird sounds, it's because she's smacking me and throwing shit at me. So just know that. But it's the No Invite podcast. Steph, where can they find you at? Since this is the new shit, you're gonna hear from us a lot. But how can they look you up individually so they could see the person that they're listening to?
So you can find me on Instagram at Steph B Mobbin, and there's one B. It's a single letter B with a period, and you can find me there. And I'm just getting my whole layout started, so bear with me, everybody. It's rocking and rolling, but it's on the way. And always tune into my stories. I post more on my storyline than my actual page. That's where you're gonna find the most interesting things that I post. So yeah, just check me out there, and follow us on YouTube and SoundCloud.
SoundCloud and YouTube. On SoundCloud, make sure you follow No Invite Podcast. Go ahead and subscribe. This episode will be up there on Monday. We should drop every Monday without fail, unless it's holidays or something, and you might get a rerun a mixed bag. Who knows? I might remix some shit for y'all. But it's the No Invite Podcast. It's the relaunch. All our new content will be going to YouTube and SoundCloud direct. The website is pending. It's up in the air, though. We're going to make it happen. And we're just going to keep rolling. We're going to try to give you guys something every week, something, a little funny shit, our perspective, our talk, just doing what the fuck we do. This all shit was organic. We talked, we knew we wanted to talk about certain things, but where the conversation went is how we went. I hope y'all enjoy it. Make sure to follow us at RiBirthmediafilmz. What's it called? ribirthmediafilmz on YouTube. That's the channel. The content will be dropping there as well as other behind the scenes shit. I'll make sure that some of these episodes I will have visuals that I have somebody come film, but they'll be really regular visuals. They're not going to be a super production, because I don't feel like y'all deserve that yet until y'all start showing me that y'all listening and y'all want more.
We gotta see some loyalty, people.
Yeah, y'all let me know if y'all like this shit and y'all want us to keep going and step our game up. Make sure that you hit us on Instagram at no_invite_podcast. The link to our latest podcast will always be in the bio. You could come tap in. You could leave questions if you want. Anonymous advice.
Comments, anything.
You want to slander us on the internet, make sure that you go ahead and at me. Just don't say it. Make sure you add me on that so I can see and I can respond. Don't talk shit about me and then block me on your fucking thing,
don't be no sucker. I mean, you could talk shit, because this motherfucker gonna retort and get you.
Yeah, because I'll be on
nice, baby.
Because the cool part about it is that you can slander me on Instagram. I'll come on my podcast and slander the fuck out of you and talk all that shit.
See what the fuck you gotta say then, babe.
Yeah, get you a podcast and then you could do what you do.
That would be fun.
Yeah, like podcast beat. People do that shit, but I don't want to do no. You know what I mean? I don't want to do all that shit. I'm trying to keep it legit. I'm trying to be peace, though. But look, it's the No Invite Podcast. We out. Make sure you follow us on the platforms. Follow me at Blaze 2 Diz. Follow producer Patty. You know what I'm saying? At what's it called? Follow her at 16th World on Instagram. You guys got all the content, all the info. I'm going to keep hitting y'all with more shit. It's the No Invite Podcast. The re-up.